I can't believe it's finally happening. We're going back to Australia to surprise our families for the holidays. If you're new here, my husband and I moved to the US just about 7 years ago.
That's our life. 6 bags. Tearies.
Have a tour here, look after you. So follow their instructions at all times. Now settle back and enjoy a modest flight.
We're both Australian and now live in Seattle, but all our families still live in Australia. And because of the pandemic, we've been separated from them for about 2 years now, and it's been really hard.
Miss Auntie Nana. We really do. We really do.
The best part is that our families have no idea that we're coming. Ever since moving to the US, we have always wanted to do a surprise like this for our families, but we've just never been able to pull it off. And in the last couple of years, every time we go to travel back to Australia, there's been new travel restrictions or quarantine or lockdown, so it's been quite the journey. It's gonna be really nice when we finally get there.
560 days after closing off our country from the world, the Prime Minister has announced plans to resume international travel, and for vaccinated Australians coming home, hotel quarantine is all but a thing of the past.
In the car waiting at a Rite Aid for our second COVID test. We wanted to book in 2 because we're flying out on a Monday and you need to have the 3-day window to get your test back in time. Just in case we don't get the other one back in time, we now have this second test, so fingers crossed.
Place the swab midway in the nose, rotate twice, and hold it inside for 15 seconds.
What?
That's what it says.
15 seconds?
Yeah.
Midway in the nose, rotate it twice, and for each nostril?
Repeat in the other nostril.
Wow. They're all different. It's like so confusing. Yeah. Do we stay here and do it, or do they give it to us and then we go?
I don't know. I gotta pee though.
We know you need to pee. You've said like 4,000 times that you need to pee.
This one's yours.
Okay. So place it in the nose. Oh. Ugh. Oh god.
2 big swabs. Hold it for 15 seconds, they said. Okay, that's like 15. Do the other one. Hold 15 seconds.
Oh. Alright. That has to be enough.
Okay, 15. And then break it off. Lid on.
Thank you. Have a good day. COVID test number 2 has been completed. Now we just hope for our results within the next 3 days. Okay, we just got a text message saying that our COVID results are in, so I'm just looking it up. Please be negative. I don't see why it wouldn't be negative, but yes, none detected from me. So now I need to look up Matt's. Undetected. Yay, we're both COVID free, which we knew anyway, but we obviously needed to get these results from Australia. Our flight is boarding, so we're about to begin 24 hours of travel. Oh, I don't want to do it. Can we not just click our fingers and be there already?
No. It didn't work.
We checked into our flight to Sydney and we have a few hours to spare now until it boards. We're gonna go see if we can get into one of the lounges. We're boarding our flight to Sydney.
If you're visiting Sydney, we hope you enjoy your stay. And of course, for those returning, welcome home. Welcome to Sydney.
We've finally arrived in Sydney Airport. That felt like a long flight, but we're here. We're on Australian soil. When they said welcome home on the plane, I got a little teary. It feels really good to be back.
2 years.
2 years. We just had that camera crew come up to us and ask to interview us for TV because, you know, I guess they're sharing stories about people coming home, and we're like, no, please don't film us. We don't want to be on live TV because we're surprising our families, and that would obviously go very badly. We've finally made it to our Airbnb after a long 24 hours of travel. It feels so good to finally be somewhere quiet and we can just relax now. I don't think I've explained this yet, but we need to self-isolate on arrival into Australia for 72 hours. So we're doing our 3 days of isolation here in Sydney, and then on Saturday we're going to fly down to Melbourne to surprise our families. So we have to stay in this Airbnb for 72 hours, and the only reason we're allowed to leave is to get a COVID test, which we have to go do this afternoon. But this Airbnb is perfect. Let me show you around. It has everything we need for the 3 days of isolation. We have a little living room. We have 2 desks for working, a little bedroom, and then the best part is these Airbnbers are the best ever. They've left us fresh sourdough bread, fruit, but that's not the only fruit. I don't know if you can see this. Check out all this fruit that they left us. Like, this is all free and included. We have like 4 types of cheese, Tim Tams, alcohol, like juice, everything you could need, coffee, biscuits. So yeah, I think we're pretty set for the next 72 hours. Oh, no patito. How do you say it?
Kind of tastes like melon.
Yeah. I reckon I can eat that. We just left our Airbnb for the one time that we're allowed to, and we're gonna walk and get our COVID test. We're just walking past the Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Matt and I haven't been to this part of Sydney since 2014 when we came here to the embassy to get our US green card. It's nice to be back. Making our breakfast now, and then we have to run out the door and catch an Uber to the airport. We're so close now to finally being in Melbourne. We just found out that Victoria and New South Wales just scrapped the 72-hour isolation period. So that means that we just did 3 days sitting in this Airbnb, and if we had just flown in a couple of days later, we wouldn't have had to do it. So we're just laughing like, what are the chances? We're running a little ahead of schedule for the surprise because Matt's family has been told to arrive at 1 p.m. So we're a little early. We're stopped in a supermarket parking lot, just killing time. We're only a few minutes from his parents' house and they still have no idea we're coming. All right, see you in a minute, Nadine. Bye! Matt's sister Nadine dropped us at the park just around the corner from their house, and she's gonna text us in a couple of minutes and we're gonna go in and surprise everyone. We're gonna try and film it all, so.
Surprise!
Surprise! Did you not?
No, I didn't.
What are you doing?
Hang on 1 sec.
Oh my
God. Good to see you.
And then you made the joke before. You're like, oh yeah, Matt and Renee are coming. And I was like, Matt and Renee are coming.
The surprise went really well with Matt's family yesterday, as you just saw. We didn't really film afterwards because we were just enjoying time with family, but now it's the next morning and we are on the way to surprise my family. We're sort of just around the corner. For some context, my parents live on a farm. It's like a 5-acre farm. We had to tell my brother-in-law about this surprise so he could sort of get us into the farm without them realizing. So the plan is we're meeting up with him in a minute. He's gonna put us in in the trunk of his car and drive us into the farm so that we can surprise everyone. And the story that he sort of told my family is that he's picking something up from Facebook Marketplace, and apparently they think it's a dog, so they're gonna be very surprised. And I feel kind of bad because it's really early on a Sunday morning. My parents live on a farm, so they're probably all gonna have like the most random farm outfits on, so I feel kind of bad about that, but I seriously cannot wait to surprise them and to just have this surprise off my chest. We're in the back. You're like so sweet. This is where we're hiding for the surprise. We're just gonna open the trunk and just pop out.
Hey Dad, you all go together like we're Jackies? Just stay where you are. Hello. How are you?
I just wanted to come and do
Hey Jackie.
Hi, Harry.
Good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey Harry.
Get in for a hug.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
We're a big hug.
This is sort of spoiled at the last second. Oh really?
Just at the last second I said.
As you just saw, surprising our families was so special, and thankfully it worked out really well in the end. I decided to not vlog the rest of our Australia trip because I wanted to focus on having quality time with my family. But here are a few clips I captured along the way. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more travel and adventure content. See you in my next video.